Hello everyone and welcome to my channel again to a new weekly journal. We are at weekly journal number 15. Oh my god, I can't believe that we're doing this for 15 weeks. I'm so glad about it. So yeah, this week I was a bit lazy. Lazy meaning not that I didn't work on anything, but of course that I started to do different other things. Every time I finish something, I kind of have this urge to start something new. So yeah, I will show you right away what I've been doing. But remember that last week I had that giveaway for 2 furls gift cards and a kit from Lang Yarns for the honeycomb shawl scarf caul. And I picked up the winners. I already sent the gift cards to the winners, and for the kit I'm waiting for the mailing address to be able to send it. I will announce the winner right now. I'm filming this on Thursday, so you will be seeing it on in weekend. So by the time the people will hear their names in this video, maybe they will already got more details from my side besides the email. So yeah, but let me tell you who they are. Went to pick up my notebook so I can tell you. So for the long yards kit, the winner is Catalina Santa Maria. I know Catalina from Instagram. She was one of my testers for the salad jumper, and I think she's in for the lava pullover as well. And I love what she makes, and I'm happy that she won this kit. And for the furls gift card, I have Rose Villalobos, I hope that I pronounced correctly, and Sheriva Holmes. With the gift cards, I was so happy that I have that giveaway, because first just announced us that they will stop the influencer program how it was until now. So from next year I won't receive any more crochet hooks or these gift cards to give them away. And also the discount code won't work anymore starting March, I think. So if you didn't want this gift card, but you still want to use my discount coupon code is by Katerina 15, and you can get 15% off, because starting next year, yeah, I won't have these things for you. So congratulations for everybody who won something from my side. I wish I could have more to give, but this was everything that I had and I gave it to you. So, well, not to all of you, but I tried to make some of you happy with what I have to give. Now let's just talk what I was working about this week. I don't know what is happening with me. I'm a bit distracted, and yeah, we will chat a bit more afterwards. Okay, so the first thing I was working this week is to write the pattern for the Cleo sweater, which I'm wearing right now. It's a knitted sweater that I love it so much. I made it with Wool Addict Glory. I think we talked a bit about the yarn, about the sweater, because I finished it quite a while back. And this week I managed to grade the pattern, and maybe I will put everything in order for the next week. I will also have a tutorial for it, but I will tell you a bit about it. So it has a bottom-up construction. Until the armpit we are working in the rounds in this stitch pattern. Someone told me about the holes because they don't really like the well, not that I don't like them, but if you want a cozy warm sweater, maybe holes is not a thing for you, but you can simply go with stocking and stitch and following the same pattern. Actually I did that, so I will show you right away what I did. And then after the armpit we are splitting into front panel and back panel. Then we shape the neckline, so we are working making some decreases here, so the front panel will be a bit lower than the back panel. Then working the ribbing, and after that just picking up the stitches for the sleeve and work the sleeve circular. So it's a pretty easy design, and I'm not such an experienced knitter, so I'm trying to, and not because of that, because I could take risk with knitting as well, because I have the background of designing and shapes and things like that. But I just want to keep the knitting as simple as possible because this is my escape. So every time I'm knitting something is like my break, is like doing something else, and I feel so relaxed with it. So I don't want to overthink about I don't know, color works, things like that, because this will change everything about what knitting means to me. But yeah, anyways, I feel so happy with the end result, and because I wanted to make sure because I finished it a long time ago, and I wanted to make sure that I'm counting the rows, the stitches correctly for the neckline. But first, before that, I was so wanted to use up some because I do have a lot of leftover yarn that is not necessarily enough for an entire project, different ways. So I'm trying to put them and be creative and try to, like I worked on the sprinkle sweater using different ways of yarn, so I'm trying to experiment that. But I wanted something simple, and I was thinking that I will be able to make a rug. And I started to make a rug using 50mm crochet hook, but then I realized that I don't like it, so maybe it will be a nice scarf right now, because yeah, it can be a nice scarf. I think I worked 1, 2, 3 rows, so it's a pretty fast thing to do if you want to just put a few strands of yarn, different yarn that you have, and have a colorful scarf. You can do so. I use a 50mm crochet hook, and then I said, okay, this is not what I want to do. It will take me too long, it's too big, and I don't want to do that. So I started that. Basically this is what I did the most entire week. I started using the same pattern as the Cleo sweater that I'm wearing right now to make a different sweater using leftover yarn. Well, this time I worked like a bigger length because I wanted to have it like covering everything and keep me warm. I already finished everything because I told you that I just wanted to make sure that I will consider in the pattern the exact number of stitches, the creases that I made over here. I already picked up the stitches for one sleeve, and yeah, I have because I'm using the same pattern, 8mm crochet hook, needles, the same as for the Cleo sweater. The Cleo sweater is made in this long yarn, which is 100% merino, and it's super soft, and the yarn is really it's bulky, I think. And Anyway, I still have something left over here. So the recommended needles, it's 7-8 millimeters, so it's a bulky weight yarn, but it's really soft, and if you stretch this out, it's not that bulky. But putting many strands together, I worked with 2 strands of DK weight yarn and 1 of medium weight yarn. So in the terms of calculating the yarn weight, it will be the same or bulky, but I think the stitches got a bit bigger, so I might have a bigger sweater over here, even if I follow the same pattern. So, but I didn't measure neither the gauge or something. I just followed the same pattern as this one. Only, as I told you, I just worked in stockinette stitch without the holes, without the purl stitches, border rows that I had that I have on the Cleo sweater. And yeah, this was so addictive. Maybe I felt like I needed this type of break. It's working pretty fast, and I don't know, every time I'm working with colors, I'm so curious to see what to put next. That it was really fun to work on it. And now I want to keep working on this weekend, because I might get stuck with it and not finish it, because usually something like this has happened. I'm pretty excited, and then it's getting to an end with the excitement, or I have to do something else. So I hope that I will finish it. Also this week I managed to work a few more rounds to the third sample of Nuage sweater. I think I showed you in a previous weekly journal this sweater. I already started to work on the sleeve, because I don't have too much of this gray, so I want to make sure that this color block over here will be the same on the sleeves and on the body. Then I'm not sure if I will have enough yarn, but I will need to figure out something. I do have a darker gray than black and white, which with the white it will have been an idea to start with the white and go from white to lighter gray and so on, but I didn't. So I will see. The idea of the sweater is to, again, to use up some yarn that I have, because I want to finish with everything, which means yarn that I have, old yarn, because this is yarn that I have it with 1, 2, 3 years back. So yeah. Another thing that I need to work on is, because I think I showed it to you, this leftover yarn cardigan, but I stopped working on it because I need to film the part of the splitting the front panels for the armhole. So, and because I didn't have time for that, I just stopped working on it, but it's working pretty well. So as by the time I managed to film this part, I'm sure that I will finish it really fast. So this is another thing. And yes, so this was pretty much it, what I was working on. Well, I have a scarf. Yeah, I have an idea to make a rug. I had an idea to make a rug for the living room, actually, so it will be a pretty big rug. I actually designed color work, because I was thinking of an abstract color work, shapes to have on it, and I still have the draw on my computer, but it will be a lot of yarn, because I want to make it on 2 by 3 meters, so pretty big, and I don't know if I want to spend that money yet. because it will be a bit, I'm thinking to use ribbon yarn or t-shirt yarn, that thick thingy yarn, because yeah, it will be a rug, and I saw that using that yarn, they are pretty beautiful. Or even that cord yarn, there I saw something that it's used for how it's called, I don't know. Yeah, how it's called, yeah, whatever, I don't remember now. Okay, so it will be a lot of yarn involved, and I was thinking that maybe I will have something and scrap the yarn, but I want to look like I don't know, like I do love scrappy yarn, I do love leftover yarn, I do want, and I won't stop to work with this kind of stuff, colorful stuff. But for this one I was thinking that I want something to look high-end, I don't know, professional. I want to be something beautiful, whatever. Another thing that I managed to do this week was to get out and take some photos and videos, like for reels, shorts, whatever. I didn't do it. I didn't get out for a long period of time. I just got used to just staying here in my working space, finding a spot and film everything. But I was feeling that I need a kind of change of something, so I took my tripod, 3 sweaters, which was the colorful sweater, this one, and the Shining Pearl sweater, the fingering weight version, and I was hoping that I will be able to change at 6 degrees Celsius and nobody will be around, because since I started this journey and I had to take pictures and everything, I never went with someone who will took me those photos. So I'm always with my tripod, trying to find some place where is nobody around, so to be able to make those poses and so on. And it's quite a difficult journey, this one. It can be fun, but you know, when you finally find a spot and you want to ooh and then someone is coming and you need to pretend that you're nothing, you do nothing over there, because I don't like to, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable at all with that. I never did and I never will to just go and not to care about people being there or something like that. I know that I won't be able to do that. That's why it's more easy, it's easier in my space, because this here is only me and I can do whatever I want. And another thing is that I don't feel somehow, since these short video starters or TikTok talks videos or reels, I know that everybody is blaming them, but somehow I feel more comfortable in videos, taking videos or short videos, than in photos. I don't know why, but yeah, I feel more comfortable to do those things. With the photos, I'm thinking that it's too many shots, too many things, editing, everything, so I don't like it. But with these videos, I don't know, I feel more comfortable about doing them. Maybe it's about me, it's something about me, so I'm feeling happy that I can do them here in my space, and I have a good light and everything. But yeah, now what we will going to do in this weekly journal, Lindsey asked me to make a tutorial with the Caryopsis Sweater Stitch pattern. I will put a photo here with my sweater and also a link, because I have a video tutorial for it. The Caryopsis sweater, I worked this sweater in DK weight and in sport weight. I was filming the video tutorial in sport weight, and it's a darker blue color. And Lindsay asked me to try to make a tutorial with a lighter color because she cannot see too well how the stitches are worked. So today I will show you the Caryopsis stitch pattern. And while I was working on this small sample, because I'm showing you in the round and also in flat, and in the round I only put 30 stitches, and then after finishing filming I said, oh, there will be a thing like, you know, those fingerless gloves that will be so nice in this stitch pattern. So maybe we'll work next week, because it's still the next week. Oh my god, they are so the Christmas is so close, because I'm thinking that it's a fast project to make something like a present or something. But just let me in the comments below if you would like to have a tutorial like that during the next week weekly journal. So now let's just go to my desk and work the Caryopsis Sweater Stitch pattern. I hope this time, because I'm working only a small sample, but I hope that everything will be visible. Okay, so I hope this yarn will be not too light to work this Caryopsis stitch pattern. So I will work it in the round, but also straight. So for working in the round, we will need a multiple of 3 stitches. So I will chain the number of stitches. Let's make a few to be easier to work in the round. Let's see. Okay, so I have 30 stitches here. I hope it will be enough to show you this stitch pattern. And I will start with a foundation a row in single crochet. This is not mandatory, but I will do so. So now I will just single crochet in each stitch. Okay, and now I will slip stitch into the first stitch, and I will start my pattern now. The first round will be similar with the V-stitch, so nothing to do over here. So I'm starting with first chain 2, which will count as the first double crochet, and I'm chaining 2, not 3, because you will see that we will need a shorter stitch. Then 2 stitches, which will be the separating chain, and then I'm going with a double crochet into the same stitch. Now we won't chain anything, and we will skip the next 2 stitches, and we will go into the third with a double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet. And we will continue like this to the end of the round. So skipping 2 stitches, 1 double crochet, chain 2, and 1 double crochet into the same stitch. I'm getting to the end of the row, so I will skip the last 2 stitches, and then into the second chain I will slip stitch. And now I need to start my row into this chain 2, so I will go with the slip stitch over here, then chain 2, which is the first double crochet, then another 2, which is the separating round, and the pattern says to make the stitch 2 rows below. So basically we'll be here in this space where we will need to make the double crochet, but now we will go into the same row as the first with a double crochet, and then I'm going into the same stitch as the first row, and I'm trying to get this double crochet a little bit looser and longer. It's not looking like the stitch yet because we need to work a few rows. To see it properly. So basically not going into the 2 chain space, but into the same stitch as we worked the stitches on the previous row, and we will continue until the end. And after finishing the last stitch in the same way as we finished the first V-stitch round, we will slip stitch into the second chain, and then we will slip stitch into the chain 2. And this is why I'm making only a chain 2 and not 3, because basically I'm working the double crochet a bit lower. So now here it starts basically the repeat. So now I'm chaining 2 as a separating chain, and then going with the double crochet, not under this chain but under the chain 1 row below. So I'm going like this, and then again I'm trying to separate the stitches, and I will go under the chain. So this will be 1 row below, and that is why 2 rows below. So I'm counting this as 1 row below and this as 2 rounds below. Oh, I forgot to chain 2. So not in here, but under the chain 2. So again I'm grabbing this, here is the chain 2, and I'm going under that chain 2. So this is where I need to go with my stitches. For the first one that you are making, you'll need to pull this double crochet a bit farther from each other to just make this chain 2 chain space more visible. With the second one will be easier to get in. And we will simply continue like that. And now if I want to work it not in the round, because this you'll have to do with every row, to just go not into one row below but one 2 rows below, or one. Now I'm thinking, having a second thought, that maybe it will be 1 row below. And now if you want to work this stitch pattern straight, so in flat, let's just flip the work. Basically you will need 3 + 1 stitches this time, and imagine that you won't finish with V-stitch, but like this, maybe with double crochet. And now I will chain 2 and turn, and when I'm turning I'm doing the same thing, so going into the to chain. That is basically not the V-stitch 1 row below, but the V-stitch that we did 2 rows below. So not 1 row below V-stitch, but 2 rows below V-stitch. And depending on how many stitches you have, if you're doing a multiple of 3 + 1 stitches, you will have also the stitch that you'll need to end the row, which will be, let's just say, like a double crochet. And now again, chain 2 and turn, and we will repeat. So basically it's the same, only the starting chain will be different, just to be able to start and finish the row. And it's a pretty interesting stitch, especially because it's not the same if you're working flat or in the round, but it's not that different either. So now when working flat, I will just finish the row with a double crochet into the chain 2, and again chain 2, and keep repeating. So after all, I think this was confusing. Maybe I needed to specify 1 row below, but I was afraid if I'm going 1 row below, you will go basically this round. So this was my my thought back then, but I hope that I make it clear and it's visible enough with this yarn. Okay, so this is the Caryopsis Sweater Stitch pattern, and I hope it was visible enough right now, and I did it right this time. Okay, so that was it with the stitch pattern. I think it's a pretty nice stitch pattern that can be used in different things, even a beanie if you want to use it. So, oh, I can make a beanie and a pair of gloves, fingerless gloves set or something. And I have that light pink that I think my daughter will love it. Oh, might be an idea. Okay, so yeah, let me know in the comments below if you want to work something fast, like a fast project for using the stitch pattern, if you like it. And if you comment below, maybe I will and you have another idea besides beanie, fingerless gloves, or something else, maybe I will think about it, about pretty fast design, and see how we can do that. Besides of that, next week I hope that I will publish this video tutorial and pattern, and I hope you will enjoy it. I know that I don't have too many patterns and tutorials in knitting, but it's something that I love doing. So, and I know that there are so many great knitters that are out there, and that's why at the beginning I felt it felt weird to just publish patterns on knitting, because I'm not a really experienced knitter, but I have a lot of experience in writing patterns with crochet, and it's something easy to switch up as long as you know the shapes, the structure, how the things are work. So, and then I said, okay, why not doing it? So I do the things that I'm knitting with pleasure, so, and with pleasure I'm sharing them. So yeah, if something it's someone it's being like you're not knitting that much, you were supposed to publish knitting patterns, yeah, it's their choice. Because once I did a review on some knitting needles, and someone comment on my website telling that I don't have, it wasn't like a review, it was just sharing my opinion about those needles, and someone told me that I'm not knitting that much to be able to put a review about knitting needles. And maybe it's true, I'm not I work with many type of needles, but and I have my preferences about materials and so on, but I just share my opinion. I think everyone can do that, even if you're not experienced. If you put your needles in and the yarn and you knit, and you are able to say if you like it or not, especially if you worked before with some other type of needles or materials, so you can share your opinion. So I won't stop doing that, sharing my opinion, sharing my patterns, because yeah, this is what I love to do. Okay, I won't keep you anymore here because it's weekend for you as well. So thank you so much for being here with me, and I can wait for the next week. Please comment below. I will let you comment below with the ideas that you have for this stitch pattern to work on fast next week. But as well, you can find a link to the Google form, and if you have something special to ask me, or you want to talk more about it, or the project or something like that, please use the form, because it's easier for me to have everything in one place. With the form I can export it in Google Sheet, and I can watch everything, look at everything, and be more organized. With the comments I might miss some of them, because yeah, it's difficult to just having I don't have comments only on this video, and I know that I can filter by the videos the comments, but still there is easier for me to have everything related to this video and questions about this weekly journals in that form. But anyways, if you feel if it's easier for you to just comment below what you like to do in the stitch pattern next week, please share it, and I will read it and think about what we can do. So thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.